Hello and welcome back to The Broken Doll, and today I come to you with a video for Cheryl's Moms and Mom's Collectibles. Cheryl has a YouTube site where she collects antique and vintage dolls. On a certain Tuesday she will pick and she will do an online auction on her channel. So she has been watching my videos and she asked me about a problem she had. The problem was she has a composition doll that she restored very nicely. You did a great job, Cheryl. The problem is one of the legs won't stay on. So I'm going to try to address the problem to the best I know. I've had the same issue. When it comes to these composition dolls, and this is the type of body that she has, where it has the little built-in cup inside. The reason for this little built-in material or little cup area is so that when you put the doll's leg in the and tie it up, the stuffing from here up above it won't fall into the leg, and you don't lose your stuffing. Now, on one of my last dolls I did, I think it was not the Valentine Day baby, but the one right after that. What happened with that one there, she had one that was in the material, in the body was cupped, and the other leg was not. And so all I did was cut out some cardboard, and I just put a piece of cardboard in there and stuck it in. That will work just as well. Just have to make sure that you lodge it in nice and tight. After that, you're fine. Now I could have rebuilt this cup inside, but I'm going to put it this way. I don't know how. I could have learned and taught myself how to do it. It doesn't look hard, but it's just as easy, just filling. Not every body has these little cups. There's a lot that are just straight legs, and they put something over it, and that's what they did. So this is a very nice body when they do that. That means they took some extra time and maybe a little bit more of an important doll, or just what the manufacturer wanted to do. You'll never know why. It doesn't even mean what I first said there, that because it was an important doll or something. It just could have been their design and how they did things. So anyhow, she can't keep the leg on. Let's get back to her problem here. So what do? You got a fully stuffed doll, head's on, arms are on, one leg is on, but the other one doesn't want to stay on. What do you do? Well, they use wire back then. Now, a lot of the times you will see a little slice in the side. Some don't have it. This one doesn't have it, and I'll show you in a few minutes why. But sometimes there's a little slit, and you can pull that wire out. But there's a problem when you pull the wire out. Sometimes what has happened is the wire has become rusted. So it rusts right to the material. So when you pull it out, sometimes you rip the material. Sometimes you don't. It just all depends where that doll was stored. Was it around moisture? Even humidity can cause problems like that. Like right now, I've got my air is shut off right now because it's nice and cool in here. But it prevents all that rusting, all that stuff that happens to dolls. Keeping the humidity out and outside of the shop is what I'm trying to strive for. And so anyways, but that humidity can cause problems just in the wire. Simple little things like the wire, the metal eyes, the tin eyes and everything. All that stuff can rust. So anyways, what do we do? Okay, we're going to come back to the problem again. What do we do with a problem like that? Well, if you can find a little slit. Sometimes I've made a little slit because I got the doll fully stuffed. I don't want to take the head off. I don't want to take all the stuffing out, undo the sewing. To get down into, that's a lot of work. It's just one leg. Well, what you can do is take a little slit and try to pull that wire out. Now, if it rips, you're going to have to sew it. That's all there is to it. Now, sometimes I've had bodies so bad. This is before I taught myself how to make a pattern off a body. I've taken material and just sewed over it, like let the slit be where it is, and I built a new one over this. I cupped it right over and went around and sewed it up and made a new one. And that can work. Okay, let's look at how they did it back in the day when the doll was being manufactured. Well, they had the greatest part of it. The doll wasn't put together yet. So they could do it the way that dealt with the problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the body. Well, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Let me put this Oh yeah, we put this in. I gotta make sure I'm doing this right. You put this in like this, the leg inside the leg hold, then hole, and then you pull this all down. Let me get my glasses on here. Okay, now we're starting to. This is not the right leg for this body. Okay, so just understand that. Oh, this is really woo. Okay, lots of fuzzies in there still. Okay, this body goes to a doll I have here that I need to work on. Okay, now you have the leg goes on the outside of the body, but now we're working on the inside of the body. Now, instead of using the wire, use a zip tie. Now there's two different kinds, well there's several different kinds of zip ties out there. So you can see, you can take a zip tie and go around and see if it fits, just from out of your local store. Now, at my Dollar Tree, they have the little bit thinner ones there, which I love. Now you can get wider ones. I don't go for those ones, unless maybe I'm working with a real big doll and it can hold a wider one. Then I might want to use them. I've got some here. But this one here really fits this little rim area. You can see it goes right inside, it goes right around and holds that doll's leg perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Now you can use reborn. These are reborn ones. What's the difference between a reborn zip tie and a regular one from out of the Dollar Tree? Well, it's just a little thinner. And I don't mean in thickness this way. I'm talking across. You know, you can see this is a little bit wider across this way, and this is a little bit more narrower. So yeah, that can work just as well. And so we put this around. And you can see where the wire was. See, this is the rust that the wire leaves behind, you see, and it becomes, those wires can break very, very easily. So anyways, you can fit that right around that rim, and you can also put this reborn one right in there, and it fits just as well. Okay, so you fill up that gap really good. So, but to save on these and use them when I really need them, because I have to order these in. I can't find them around in my area. The best thing for me to do is go with a little bit thinner one from my local Dollar Tree, and that's all I do is I go around and I can zip tie that leg in. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to zip tie the leg in. Now the little, let me just wait a minute. Let's get this pulled a little bit. Whoops. Let's get this going here. I'm not going to pull it too tight because I got to get this back off again. Just enough that I can, there. Okay, so there it is. Whoops. Yeah, it's so much material, it doesn't want to work properly, but there we go. All right, so there we go. So I got it in. Don't go by this line here, okay? It's the metal line, but you can see the rust. Okay, and that's what those wires do. They leave a rust line behind. So we could pull this. There we go. So we got that all covered in. Now that's where the leg is too small for this body anyways. So then what you're going to do is you can cut this off too if you want. But what you do is you pull the leg this way now, the material this way I mean, and there's your leg on your doll. Your doll's leg is now on the body I mean. So now you have it on. Now don't do it too tight. You want to be able to pose, especially if it's a bent leg baby, a little frog shaped baby. You want to make sure the bend is in the right way. So put it to where you like it to be, go back in, tighten it up to where you want it to be. That's how they did it when the doll was not even assembled yet. So that was the best part for them. But we don't have that part. We got a whole doll put together. How do we get up inside? You can't. That's just it. Now one of the things you know, I've done, I have gutted the doll and went down inside and put the leg on because it just wasn't staying on. And sometimes that's what you got to do. Now, if that's what you want to do, fine. Now, if not, pull out that wire and see if you can get a zip tie. Then you might want to go to a reborn because they're a little bit thinner. So if you can do that, that's what I would do. I would go to a zip tie. I have done that on many of my dolls. I don't go back to the wires at all. It's up to you. If you want to keep it authentic, then go to the wires. If you don't mind putting a zip tie, it's something that nobody sees. Nobody knows how it's on there. But it's all up to you again, what you want to do. That's what I've done, Cheryl. And this is not just for Cheryl. It's for other people out there that are just interested. Other people that are the beginning of restoring. So here's some ideas of what you can do. Zip ties are just not used for reborns, they're also used for our older dolls. So food for thought there, you know, if you want to try that out, that might work for you. So I hope that helped you out, and you can see it fits, like, this is, like I say, too small. But, and then now if you went the other direction, this doll's on backwards, that's its bum there. So let's get this turned around. That's why I'm saying you might want to make sure you're getting this doll's leg in the right direction. Okay, so then if you were to, let's say, Cheryl, you got it, your doll took all the fluff out, you have to take this stitch out, then you got to go across your sewing machine afterwards, fill this up, and then go across. And sometimes, like my last doll I did, I just went crooked across because the fluff, you know, was just in the way. So I went across, and then it kind of went up a little bit and then back down again. I didn't care. It was sewed across, you know. It wasn't that bad. I did it 3 times. On the 3rd time I finally said, you want to know something? I don't care. It sewed across. It was just a little bit of a rise and then back down again. But yeah, that's what you'd have to do if you just can't get it to stay on. You might have to take the head off, the fluff out, undo this sewing. If you want to do that, you can, and then go and do what I just showed you here. Or the other way is put a little on the inside of the leg, put a little slit, pull that wire out, and then feed a zip tie through there, and then zip tie it. That's what I would try first. I always try that first. The problem is with that, though, is the wire could start cutting the material, and if you don't want to sew, don't want to get into that part, you might have to go the other way. Start at take the head off, all the fluff out, take the sewing out, and do what I just showed you. So I know it's a pain, it really is, when there's just one leg, but one leg, man, maybe you can just go in there and just, you know, put a little slit and pull that wire out. That's my first attempt, is to get in there, pull the wire out, and then wrap a zip tie around. That's my best solution to this. So anyways, I hope that helped you out, Cheryl, and anybody else out there. I hope everybody's having a great week so far. We're in the middle of the week. Weekend's coming soon. Hang in there, everybody, for those that are working. And yes, I hope you enjoyed that. So thanks again for joining me. Give me a thumbs up if you like what you just heard here. And leave a comment down below. I always appreciate them, and I do read them. I do. And I've been doing some more sanding on this wonderful doll here, the Babs doll. I've been doing some more sanding on her. Just a little bit in places now. I'm just trying to even out some of the you know, you can put this on as smooth as you want, but when it dries, you see your little thumb or finger prints that go through it and everything. So you got to get all that out, and they're all over, but they're just little things. They're not hard to do. They're very nice. I can still see some on this cheek here. This one's getting there. I got a little bit right in this area here that I see, but it's coming. It's a little bit of sanding every day, until I work it out to where I like it. And then we'll be looking at painting her coming up here very, very soon. So she's coming along really nice, though. I'm really happy with her. Oh, she feels solid now. Putting the Milliput on, I was really trying not to go there, but I had to. And oh, she feels so nice. So nice and solid. Like, she's a solid doll right now. I can't believe how nice she feels. So yeah, she's beautiful. Just beautiful. So yeah, but thank you very much for joining me, and I'll give you more updates on Babs. And to Cheryl, I hope this works. Okay, thanks for joining me. More to come. Ask me questions. I will try to answer if I know it. So, or I'll try to make up an answer. No, I won't do that. Okay, just me being funny. All right, bye-bye.